Hello again and welcome. Welcome to class number 1031. 1031. Not bad, eh? Maybe when we finish 1200, we can go back to class number 1 from 5 years ago and start again. I think 1200 classes is more than enough. I want to finish this book. I want to finish the expressions. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. ¿Qué significa eso es? That's pretty much it means eso es más o menos ya. Ya está. That's pretty much it. Pretty significa bastante. Pero aquí es simplemente bastante ya, que ya. It's pretty much it. So maybe it would be a good idea to go back to number 1. And then if you didn't buy the books for number 1, to start as a beginner and to consolidate your mastery of the basic elements, which are more important than the advanced elements. It would be a very good idea. All right, gain fluency. Gain fluency. Page 68, the third from the bottom, the third from the last. 608, micro paragraph 608, page 68. He knows what he wants and how to get it. He knows what he wants. Sé lo que quiero en la vida. I know what I want. And I know how to get it. Sé conseguirlo. He knows what he wants and he knows how to get it. Do you know what you want in life? Yeah? Do you know how to get it? If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. All right. So, he knows what he wants and how to get it. That's why he runs his own business. That's why he runs his own business. That's why he runs. Es por eso por lo que dirige su propio negocio. That is why. That's why. That's why he runs. Run es dirigir aquí. De correr. That's why he runs his own business. I run my own business. She runs her own business. You run your own business. He runs his own business. She runs her own business. We run our own business. They run their own business. Son 7 frases, no? That is, you need to practice these things. Just say them aloud. I run my own business. You run your own business. He runs his own business. She runs her own business. They run their own business. We run our own business. Son 6. Si es un perro que tiene negocio, it runs its own business. But dogs don't usually run their own business. But you never know. All right. He knows what he wants and how to get it. That's why he runs his own business. That's why. That's why. That's why. That's why. That is why. Contracción, that's why. Es la forma de decir por eso. Es por eso, por lo que. That's why. Se dice 1000 veces por mes. That's why. Por eso. That's why. ¿Y por qué enseñas eso? Porque sí. Pues por eso. That's why. Why do you teach English? Because I like to. That's why. Porque me gusta. Por eso. Because I like to. That's why. Eso es por qué. O el por qué. That's why. All right. He knows what he wants and how to get it. That's why he runs his own business. When he graduated, he was offered a job. This is a true story, by the way. When he graduated, many years ago, when he graduated from the university, when he graduated from college significa universidad. When he graduated college, he was offered a job in a company. He was offered, voz pasiva, he was offered a job. He left after one day. He left. Se marchó de la empresa después del primer día. He left after one day and never worked for others again. To work for yourself or to work for others. When you work for yourself, por cuenta propia. Emprendedor. When you work for others, por cuenta ajena. All right? Un mandado, no? Yeah, más o menos. You know, kind of like a slave when you work for others. And he worked for others for one day. And he said, never again. So, He knows what he wants and how to get it. He knows what he wants and how to get it. That's why he runs his own business. When he graduated, he was offered a job. He left after one day and never worked for others again. Nunca trabajó para otros otra vez. O sea, nunca volvió a trabajar. He never worked for others again. This is a true story, but it's interesting. I imagine there were several stories like this. Gianni is a musician, a Greek musician, músico griego. Gianni con Y, Gianni, doble N. ¿Le conoces? No? He's my favorite. All right. He had a strong influence on my music, Gianni. And en directo desde la Acrópolis, hay que verlo. All right. Live from the Acropolis. All right. But in any case, he studied psychology at the University of Minnesota. And he got a job working in the human resources department of a company. And at 12 o'clock noon, at midday, he left. He said, "This isn't for me." And he left, and he never returned to work in a company again, and he became a musician. He was a very good pianist, and so he developed his ability to compose music. So he knows what he wants and how to get it. He knows what he wants. Do you know what you want and how to get it? Sé lo que quiero y cómo conseguirlo. I know what I want and how to get it. Yeah, usually. In my case, I think so. In your case, do you know what you want and how to get it? Well, he knows what he wants and how to get it. That's why he runs his own company. When he graduated, he was offered a job. He left after one day and never worked for others again. Never. The next one, 609, microparagraph 609, bottom of page 68. A lot of people don't like me. A lot of people don't like me. En español se dice al revés. A mucha gente le caigo mal. A mucha gente le caigo mal. Okay, mucha gente no me aprecia. A lot of people don't like me. Me gusta ser I like you. Te aprecio, I like you. All right. A lot of people don't like me, eh? Yeah, they find me harsh and abrasive. Áspero y abrasivo. Se dice que es abrasivo. Como un estropajo. That's my personality. Abrasive. A lot of people don't like me. They find me harsh. Hard is duro. Harsh is dureza de aspereza. Harsh en el trato. A lot of people find me harsh and abrasive. To tell you the truth, I don't really care. I don't really care. I don't really care. La verdad es que ni me importa. I don't really care. Yeah? The people who stay with me work hard and end up well paid and satisfied. Okay. This is not me, eh? I'm not harsh and abrasive. Okay, no. No soy duro ni abrasivo. All right. Yes, abrasive. I don't know how to say abrasive in Spanish. All right. But in any case, a lot of people don't like me. They find me harsh and abrasive. To tell you the truth, I don't really care. Really so, but I don't care. Pero I don't really care. La verdad es que no me importa. I don't really care. The people who stay with me, la gente que se queda conmigo, que no se va. The people who stay with me and work hard, hay que trabajar, eh? And work hard, end up well paid and satisfied. Yes. Tough boss. I'm a tough boss. Un jefe exigente. A demanding boss. A tough boss. But people enjoy working with me, and they make a lot of money because we're very successful. A lot of people don't like me. A lot of people don't like me. A lot of. Claro, nativos nunca decimos a lot of. Decimos a lot. También lots of people. A lot of people don't like me. They find me harsh and abrasive. To tell you the truth, I don't really care. Yeah. The people who stay with me and work hard terminan bien pagados y satisfechos. Acaban bien. To end is terminar, pero end up is terminar siendo algo. They end up well paid and satisfied. All right. Paragraph 610, no? Yeah. At the bottom of page 68. That was a brilliant speech. Wow. Fue una conferencia, discurso brillante. That was. Eso ha sido. Aquí diríais, eso ha sido. Eso fue. Si fue ayer. That was a brilliant speech. While you were talking, I looked around at the people in the audience. They were hanging on every word you said. You had them captivated. Cautivados. Los tenía cautivados. You had them captivated. That was a brilliant speech. I was in the speech. While you were talking, I was sitting in the audience. While you were talking, I looked around at the people's faces. I looked around at the people, ¿no? At the people in the audience, en el público. Sí, sí, audiencia para público, en un evento. No decimos público. Public is la res pública. All right. Audience. So I looked around at the people in the audience. They were hanging on every word you said. To hang is colgar. Estaban colgados en cada palabra que decías. ¿Ah? ¿Se dice así? También. Se entiende. Yeah. They were hanging on every word you said. Yes. You had them captivated. You had them captivado, captura. En inglés siempre mantenemos la P. Yes. You say cautivo, pero capturar, no cauturar. Yeah, interesting. No te diste cuenta, ¿verdad? No? You didn't realize that about your language. In cautividad, captivity. In inglés, captividad, de capturar. Capture. Capture, if they capture you, you are in captivity. And you're a captive. Yeah. Cautiverio. All right. Captivity. Pero los tenías cautivados. You had them captivated. They were hanging on every word you said. That was a brilliant speech. All right. Page 69 at the top. Yes, paragraph 611. I don't know. I know you don't like weddings. I don't like to go to weddings. A Marta le encanta ir a las bodas, I guess. Me no. Oh, I don't like to go to weddings. I hate going to weddings. I know you don't like to go to weddings, but this one is different. This one is different. Over 20 people from your company will be attending, and I've placed you at the same table as Carla and Patricia. Oh, so Carla and Patricia will be at the same table as me in the wedding? Yes, in the wedding reception. First, you need to go to the church for the formal ceremony. Then after that, we go to the restaurant, a big event center, and there we will have the wedding reception. ¿Sí? Es recepción de boda. The wedding reception. And I know you hate weddings. I know you don't like to go to weddings. But this one is different. Over 20 people from your company will be attending. Futuro continuo. Se usa mucho en inglés, más que en español. Más de 20 personas de tu empresa estará asistiendo. En vez de asistirá. También, both are correct. Over 20 people from your company will attend. Eso es un hecho. Over 20 people from your company will be attending. Is more creative. Will be attending. And I've placed you. I have placed you. Te he colocado en la mesa. At the same table with Carla and Patricia, no? Sé que te gustan. You like Carla and Patricia. Hey, Carla, Patricia. Yeah, at the end of the wedding, I have problems with my neck. Carla, put Carla and Patricia on this side. Okay. Carla, then the poor people sitting there, I ignore them completely. All right, Carla and Patricia. It's interesting in these events when you have a round table, you have a person sitting here, a person sitting here. You start a conversation here, and really you're paying no attention to the person here. And so it's necessary to compensate in turn and start a conversation here and to keep it going back and forth out of courtesy. But it's not easy to maintain a good balance in these things. I hate weddings. All right. I know you don't like weddings, but this one is different. This one is different. Over 20 people, más que 20 personas, over 20 people from your company will be attending. And I have placed you at the same table as Carla, and Patricia. Okay. One more. How much time? Estamos bien. Oh, yeah. All right. The plane landed 30 minutes early. Yeah, the plane landed. No está mal. 30 minutes early. 30 minutes late? No. 30 minutes early. But then, pero después, then. And then, but then we spent over an hour waiting to go through customs. Then one of our bags was missing. And we spent another hour sorting that out. So they spent 2 hours in the airport. They arrived, or the plane landed 30 minutes early. Said, whoa, hey man, darling, 30 minutes early. All right, but there was an incredibly long line to go through customs, passport control. This is in New York City, in Kennedy Airport. And many flights arrived simultaneously. A flight from Madrid, a flight from Paris, a flight from Frankfurt, a flight from London, a flight from Copenhagen. They all converged on Kennedy Airport more or less at the same time, and voila, all the people into the airport to go through customs. Aduana. Bueno, control de pasaportes. So it took forever. I have spent a lot of hours of my life standing in lines in the customs. And then, what happened after that? Then one of our bags was missing. Faltaba uno de las maletas. Then one of our bags, the different bags, suitcases, luggage, baggage, one of our bags was missing. And we spent another hour sorting that out. To sort out is to solve. To solve it. I'll solve it. Yo lo resolveré. I will solve it. I will sort it out. Se dice mucho esto. I'll sort it out. Sort. To sort, sin out, is clasificar cosas. Sort. But to sort out is resolver. Solucionar. I'll sort it out. Don't worry. Forget it. I'll sort it out. I'll solve it for you. I'll sort it out. All right, the plane landed 30 minutes early. But then famoso para después. But then we spent over an hour waiting to go through customs. Then, one of our bags was missing. Yes. And we spent another hour sorting that out, or sorting it out. Yes. Here on my telephone, I have photographs of my bags. Do you have photographs? When you travel, you see, in the pictures, on my pictures, I have 3 pictures of different suitcases in case I lose one. And so I can show it. This is the one that's missing. I show it to the people, so they can see what kind of bag it is. But I've only lost, I don't know, I've lost maybe once in my life a bag. No, maybe once or twice. But I remember one time in 1979, I flew to Las Vegas, Nevada, for a convention, a hunting convention, convención de casa, de cazadores. I'm not a hunter, but I was helping another person who has a hunting business. And so I went to Las Vegas, and I took a screen, for video, for photographs and for film. And then when the convention was over, I checked in the plane, and when I arrived in Madrid, no screen, nothing. All right. 1 week later, I went to the airport to pick up a person. And at that time, I could walk into the area, and there was my screen on the carousel. 1 week later. Okay. In any case, so where are we? The plane landed 30 minutes early. But then we spent an hour waiting to go through customs. Then one of our bags was missing, and we spent another hour sorting that out. All right. Pobrecitos. One more. And then we'll go on to Michael. I think to Michael, ¿cómo se dice? Michael Michael Johnson. All right. Something's wrong. Esta expresión, something's wrong. Algo está mal, algo pasa. O algo ha pasado. Something's wrong. Wrong significa equivocado. Lo contrario de right and wrong. También wrong es el mal. La diferencia entre el bien y el mal. The difference between right and wrong. Good and bad. Wrong has many, many meanings. And I didn't do anything wrong. No he hecho nada malo. I didn't do anything wrong. Pero, oye, algo pasa, ¿eh? Something's wrong. Algo no está bien. Something's wrong. I sent you 2 files yesterday. I sent you. Te envié. I sent you 2 files, 2 archivos, ficheros, ayer. I sent you 2 files, files, como el file mail, ¿no? 2 files. I sent you 2 files yesterday, and you didn't receive them. Do you have another email address? I'll resend the files, this time to both addresses. All right? And check your spam, okay? Siempre miras el spam? You do, you check your spam. I check the spam every day. Okay. All right. In fact, some of the most interesting emails I receive are in spam. Yes. But in any case, something's wrong. Esas son frases que se oye a diario. Something's wrong. Anything wrong? ¿Pasa algo? Anything wrong? Is there anything wrong? Pero vamos directo. Anything wrong? No. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. No problem. Nothing's wrong. Pero aquí, Something's wrong. I sent you 2 files yesterday and you didn't receive them. Do you have another email address? ¿Tienes otro buzón de correo, dirección de correo? Do you have another email address? I'll resend the files. Reenviar. I'll resend the files. This time to both addresses. I have 4 email addresses, but I only use 2. I use the third one for Mexico because I'm doing a radio program every day in Mexico, in the city of Monterrey. Los gente de Monterrey se llaman los regiomontanos. Qué bonito. But I have to go now. But I'll be back tomorrow.